This message is for all the men that want to become more attractive and successful in life, career, relationships, and etc. Right? Pay attention to this. Share this with your brothers, your friends, everybody in your close circle. This is going to impact you. So the other day, I'm having a conversation with one of my friends, and he asked me an interesting question. He said, Don, how is it that successful people always have the scale tipped in their favor? Like, how is it that they're always so lucky? How is it that they're always at the right place at the right time? They always meet the right people and money just flows in their direction. Like, Don, how did you become successful? Like, how? Like, give me the secret. And I never actually thought about it because obviously with the level of success that I've had so far in my 27 years of life, I don't actually sit and think about my success because I'm grinding, right? I'm fully in the dirt right now. So I'm not thinking about it and worshiping. Like, I'm always moving forward. So it got me thinking about all the things that I do on a daily basis, and it got me to start asking him some questions based off of my routine so I could understand his, right? So I want right now for you to act as if you are my friend, and I'm going to ask you some questions about your routine so we can understand where you currently are in life before I go ahead and start breaking down the 6 things that I believe are the routine that you need to have to be successful. So let's do it. The first thing I asked him was, I said, what's your schedule? Like, what's on your calendar every single day? And he's like, what do you mean? Like the calendar on my phone? I said, yeah, like your Google calendar. Do you have a schedule set up for every hour on the hour of your day? Like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down to the point where your head hits the pillow. Do you know what you're doing every hour on the hour? He said, nah, I'm not as intense like that with my schedule. I just let my day flow. I'm like, okay. I'm like, number 2, how many times a week do you go to the gym? How many times a week do you train? How many times a week are you running and getting your body active, right? Building that testosterone that we need as men. How many times a week are you plugging in? It's like, I'm very inconsistent when it comes to my training schedule. I can't really fit it in, right? Into my schedule that I have set forth, although he doesn't have a schedule. So I'm like, okay, cool. So you don't train. You're not doing anything of that nature. All right, cool. What does your diet look like? Like what are you eating? What are you drinking? You know, are you drinking water? Are you putting fruits and vegetables in your body so that you have the energy necessary? Like, what's your diet? It's like, he just said, I don't really have a set diet. You know, I drink soda, juice. You know, I'm a little unhealthy. I try to eat healthy a little bit. I said, cool, no problem. I said, you know, what are you feeding your mind every single week, like every month, right? Like, are you reading one book a month? Are you plugging into courses? Are you going to conferences? Are you exposing yourself to new information? He said, nah, I'm not really doing that. You know, I try to, but I'm like, all right, cool. So that gave me everything that I needed to know at that point. And if all the questions that I just asked, if you're watching this, I want you to answer the questions honestly, right? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, be honest with yourself. Are you a 10 in certain categories? Or are you a 1, a 2, or a 3, right? Because the first thing is honesty. If you want the scale to tip in your favor, as far as money flowing, as far as the right connections, being in the right place at the right time, you got to be honest first about what you're actually doing with your time, okay? Because time is money here. So now with that, I'm like, okay, cool. I got something that I think is going to be able to massively help you, right? And I want y'all to write these down. Here's the 6 things that I think are vitally important if you want this scale to tip in your favor, right? Number 1, this is what I told my friend. You need to have a schedule set up for your life. Bro, watching this video, you need a schedule every hour on the hour. And what I told him was this: when you wake up, as soon as you get up in the morning, before you open up Instagram and social media platforms, take 5 minutes to schedule out your entire day from 6 a.m. all the way down to the time that you go to sleep. I work from this time to this time. I go to lunch at this time. I'm going to make calls at this time. I'm going to intentionally network at this time. I'm going to intentionally direct message a few people at this time. I'm going to intentionally watch a YouTube video to expose myself to new information at this time. I'm going to go to the gym at this time. I'm going to eat at this time. I'm going to spend time with my family at this time. I'm going to lay my head to rest at this time. And what I told him was, If you just, like, if we just stop at number one for a second, if you just focused in on having a schedule, a calendar set up for your life, even if you only did 70% of the things that were on your calendar, you're still going to do better than 95% of people, 95% of men in this world, because they don't operate off calendars and schedules. Just by you tweaking that, you're already doing better than the 95% without even having talent. I said, bro, you don't even got to have talent. Just your calendar is going to do better than 95%. So number one, have a calendar set forth from the time you wake up all the way down to the time that you go to sleep. Achieve at least 70% of that throughout the day, and you're now more impactful than 95% of men without even having talent, right? Number two, get your physical health in order immediately, right? Physical health, especially training and lifting weights for us as men, that improves, that increases our testosterone, right? It makes us more attractive to the market. We can walk up flights of steps without being tired. We look better. We feel better. This improves our performance when we are working. You need to get in the gym at least 3 times a week. And if it's not the gym, you need to be running at least 3 times a week, or training, or boxing, or jujitsu, whatever it may be. You need to be doing that 3 times a week. That is going to improve your performance overall, because you have your body in motion and you have testosterone flowing, which is what we need as men in order for us to be successful and to achieve success at the highest level. Okay, get your physical health in order. Put it on your calendar and get to it, right? Number 3, you need to be exposing yourself to new information every single month. I have Audible, okay? And with Audible, I listen to audiobooks from the time that I'm on my way to work and on the time that I'm leaving on my way home. And then I listen to audiobooks when I'm at the gym and I'm training. I'm feeding my mind and my subconscious with information. There was a time, of course, before my wife and my family, there was a time where when I was by myself and I was single, I would go to sleep with audiobooks in headphones in my ear, so that when I'm sleeping, it's still feeding my subconscious mind, right? Like I wake up and I may not have been consciously listening, but my subconscious was. And I started thinking positively. I started moving differently, right? My actions were different. I was happier in life. I was connecting with more people. I knew how to. You need to expose yourself to new information daily, right? If you are still operating off the same old information that you had, you're never going to grow. Successful people expose themselves to new information. They get around individuals that are exposing them to new information so that they can improve their lives, okay? So you got to get right with the information every single month. That time that you're using to go to work, to come back from work, going to the gym, use that time to expose yourself to the information and learn something new, okay? Next, number 4, you need to get your diet in order right away. Your diet is important. A lot of people ask me, Don, how do you maintain so much energy throughout a week? How do you push out so much content? How do you get all these YouTube videos out, Don? How do you lead a team? How are you doing 12 to 15-hour work days when it comes to building the business? How are you everywhere? Because my diet, right? Your diet affects your energy. Don't believe me? Look it up, research it. It affects your energy. What you put into your gut is so vitally important to your body and your mind. You gotta start eating healthier, man. Look, at least a half a gallon of water a day. And depending upon how much you weigh as a man, you might even need to be doing a gallon a day. I drink a gallon of water per day. And on top of that, I'm ensuring that I'm putting fruits and vegetables in my body in the earlier part of the morning before I start putting other forms of foods into my body. I gotta get my fruits. I gotta get my vegetables. I gotta get my vitamins. I gotta get my fiber. I gotta flush out my system. I gotta get that water. Why? Because this is my temple right here, right? My body is what makes money. Right? Like this is what makes money right now. This is what makes money for you as a man. This is the most important thing. You. If you're not taking care of this, it's like your car. You're not putting oil in that car. Yo, look, your engine is going to blow. Same thing here. To operate at the highest level, you got to get your diet the right way, bro. Please. And there's so many places that you can go to Google on healthy ways to eat, and they'll give you recipes, man. It's not rocket science. Listen, this is your temple. Take care of it, okay? Number 5, learn a skill and master it for the next 6 to 10 years. That's what I told my friend. I'm like, yo, there's so much going on the internet right now where that person's selling a course on how to make $1 million. That person's selling the course on making $1 million. It's like 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 people right now selling you all these different ways to make $1 million, which there's no shade to that because there's literally so many ways that you can do it. But here's the thing. If you're buying all 50 of these courses on how to make $1 million and you're not focusing in on one particular skill set that you're going to master and learn so that you could become the master in that arena, you're just going to continue to be a consumer to all of the people that are selling the courses. I'll say that again. You keep buying all of these courses and keep trying to juggle all this information and different things, you're going to be a consumer to the people that are selling the $1 million courses. You're going to have to choose a skill and you're going to have to learn to master that skill for the next 6 to 10 years. And again, when we talked about exposing ourselves to new information, you're now exposing yourself to new information around that skill every single month. You're learning and you're growing. Same for me with the financial services. I'm in the tax field. I'm in the insurance field. I'm in the business insurance and bookkeeping fields. I'm exposing myself to new information about financial literacy, financial services every day, every month, so I can master the skill, right? I'm building a tax franchise, a financial services franchise. I am mastering that. Why? Because in 10 years, it's going to pay off in the long term because of the fact that I have more years and more potency in a specific thing as opposed to being spread out over 10 to 15 different things. Give all your energy to mastering this skill. Find one, master it. But stop buying 50 different courses and confusing yourself and now being mediocre at everything. Is not going to help you. All right, so that's number 5. So number 6. Number 6, invest a consistent amount of disposable income every single month. Right? With that disposable income that you have, that you normally are spending on clothes and going out and drinks and all of that stuff, you should be investing a consistent amount of your disposable income every month into the market or into investments, right? Whether that be 40%, 50%, 60%, however much you can afford, a large majority of that, especially if you're younger right now, you don't even got kids or a family as of right now, a large majority of your disposable income needs to be thrown into investments. It needs to go into the stock market, right? It needs to be in assets that are appreciating in value. You're gonna thank yourself later when 15 years from now, 20 years from now, when you had time in the market, you're not timing the market, you got time in the market and your money has been consistently invested, and you look up 15 years later and now you have a stock market portfolio, a really nice portfolio that's tied to the market where you have indexes, you have tech stocks, you have companies that are appreciating in value now, and now your money is making money. Now you don't got to worry so much about your body, your labor. Now your money is now making money in the latter years of your life, right? When your kids are around and different things of that nature. Do it now while you are younger. Don't wait until later when now you got to make higher contributions. Do it now because the compound is going to really be impactful 15 years from now. Invest a large percentage of your disposable income into the market and into investments immediately. And do it for the next 15 years and don't stop. And lastly, just an extra bonus, use every single tool that's available to you. Every single tool, right? I use every tool available to me. I plug into every scenario. I use YouTube to learn. I use Instagram to learn. I use Facebook to learn. I use the tools that Facebook provides me so that I can post more onto social media platforms. Like I'm using every tool that's available to me. And successful people use every tool available to them in order to win. You need to learn how to delegate tasks. Right? You need to learn how to delegate. You need to learn how to move, how to say, hey, I need this done. I need that done. I need to plug into these tools and that tools. Use the tools that are available to you, right? Don't make life harder than what it is. That's what successful people are really good at. Delegating tasks, and that comes with being a leader. Everybody can't be leaders because they don't know how to delegate, right? They don't know how to move things around to benefit. You need to learn that. You learn that skill, it'll make life easier for you. It'll give you a better peace of mind so that you can think. And your most valuable asset is your thoughts, right? And when you have your thoughts now, you can be more creative, which creates more opportunity. With that conversation with my friend, I want to recap this again. Number one, successful people have a calendar. They have a schedule. They know what they're doing throughout the day, right? Do that. Make it happen, right? Know what you're doing every hour on the hour. Number two, get your physical health in order. I go to the gym 3-4 times a week, right? I feel better than ever right now. My testosterone levels are higher. Get into the gym, bro. Train. Do what you got to do. Number three, get your diet in order. This is your temple. Right? This is your temple. This is what you need to make money right now, especially if you're younger. Make sure you're putting the right things in your body. It's like the oil that goes inside of an engine. Number four, expose yourself to new information daily, right? That new information is going to allow you to continue to grow, right? It's going to get into those networks that are necessary that are going to expose you to new information, right? Number five, learn a skill and master it. Right? Don't get around 50 different, don't do 50 different things. Learn one skill, master it for the next 6 to 10 years. You're going to see the payoff in 10 years when everybody else that was running around like the chicken with their head cut off, you focused in on one thing and now the payoff is coming. And then invest a large part of your disposable income into assets that are going to appreciate in value so that when you get to the place 15 years from now, you no longer have to use your physical body to make money. Your money is now making money. You do these things. This is the formula to success. These are all basics too. These are the basics. I'm encouraging you to master the basics. I'm not trying to tell you to do advanced. I'm not trying to tell you to be the smartest person in the room. What I'm telling you to do is master the basics. You get great at the basics, you're going to be better than 95% of people without even having talent. And then when you get into that 5% of people, now you got to focus on talent, right? Because I'm a part of the 5%. In order to be somebody like me, you got to be great at the basics. Then you got to be talented, right? You got to be able to get on camera like me and be able to speak as good as me and be able to do the things that I do. But look, you can still get into the 5% of people like me just by doing the basics. Just by doing the basics. And that's all I want you to do today. Share this with your brothers, share this with your friends, and I want y'all to hold each other accountable and say, right, as of today, we're focusing in on the 6 basics that Don just talked about that are going to put us into that 5% of successful men in this world that are more attractive, that are more successful, that are always a part of the right opportunities, where money is flowing in their favor. That's what I want you to do. And with that said, go ahead out there and do it. I'll see you next YouTube video. Peace.